mystery is that Herod, a powerful local ruler, is hunting for Jesus. Fair to say, he's not looking to award a peace prize. Herod has recently beheaded Jesus' cousin John, so that kind of sets a baseline for what Jesus could expect. If you think this guy sounds bad, you should have met his father. Herod the Elder tortured and slaughtered thousands of his own citizens, his wife, a few of his kids, and several hundred local toddlers. Not to mention the crushing taxes he imposed to support his fortress fetish. Everyone had high hopes that when the father died, things would improve under the sun. But here we are, with heads being given as party favors. Does it ever feel to you like evil is a tide that just won't stop rising until the whole world goes under? And Jesus is under threat. People under threat typically default to one of two options. Either flee, or prepare to fight. The Pharisees are the sort who spend more time in the library than the gym. So, predictably, the nerds endorse option A. Listen, Jesus, you've had a good run. You've scored some points. But now the danger has gotten too high. Time to make like a raccoon and scram. Of course, there's another set of people who sense a threat and come out swinging. And these are the sort of people who think it's your duty to throw the first punch, or at least the last one. And they believe that the best response to evil is to fight like a honey badger, to put it in the ground. And Jesus is surrounded by both types. Both exist among his inner circle. Some who will lock the door and hide under the bed when things get hot, and some who will come to his prayer meetings packing and itching for a fight. The funny thing about Jesus himself, though, is he rarely takes any of the most obvious options. Jesus has just been told that a wicked and dangerous king wants him dead. And his response is the closest that Jesus ever comes to talking smack. He says, "Tell that blister that my schedule for this week is full. What with the people to heal and demons to evict and all, I've got more important things to do today than get sucked into his drama." Jesus doesn't flee. He doesn't fight. What he does instead is the ultimate power move. He just goes about his business. He refuses to do this king the respect of treating him like the most important thing going on. Jesus won't be baited into wasting his energy, either running or swinging punches. He declines to let Herod dictate his priorities. He just stays on mission. He just keeps doing the work, using his time to heal and free people. A reasonable person might see Jesus doing all this and find it admirable, but also have concerns. Jesus, no denying it's pretty gangster to dismiss Herod publicly like that, but ignoring him doesn't eliminate the threat. It's not going to stop him from doing terrible things to you, or for that matter, to anyone else. Fair point. Anyone expressing this concern would turn out to be quite right. Not many weeks from now, Jesus is going to be arrested and put on trial before Herod, among other tyrants. And, spoiler alert here, they're going to kill him. Later, they'll kill many of his followers too. But Jesus knows this. He's predicted it. He's seen it all coming. His response here isn't bluster or naivete. It's an open-eyed strategy. Jesus plans to get up every day, stare evil in the eye, and keep right on doing the work that God wants done. He's going to heal and free with every moment he's got until someone with weapons comes and forces him to stop. And you know what? When they do come, that's not going to stop him either. The worse the things that evil throws at him, the more Jesus is going to do the same things as ever. If they arrest him, he'll heal his captors. If they put him in prison, he'll break off the chains of the prisoners. If they string him up, he'll use his dying time to extend mercy to the people beside him. If they kill him, he'll rip the doors off of death. Jesus' followers will later take a similar strategy. They'll save lives in jail, including their jailers. They'll change hearts and minds with their courage while dying. Herod is powerless to do anything that could stop this train from running. Sometimes evil needs to be confronted directly. Jesus will do that when the moment's right. But Jesus also knows that sometimes the biggest blow we can deal to evil is to refuse to give it the dignity of too much of our fear and attention. It's to refuse to let Herod's actions dictate our own. Do you want to overcome evil for real and for the long run? Then don't let tyrants and their threats set the priorities. Don't let a fox on a power trip scare you or dictate the agenda. Don't get frightened into hiding or baited into spending all of your energy in rhetorical battles with the world's big bads with their endless supply of hot air. Let God, and only God, set the agenda. Do the good, bind the hurts, free the captives. Do the same again tomorrow. Do it while you're free. Do it while you're a prisoner. Whatever happens, stay on mission. This is the ultimate rebuke to Herod and others like him. They think they're all powerful, but they're really just fluffy-tailed pests who are way out of their league. Let's hear what Jesus says in Luke 13, verses 31 to 35. At that time, some Pharisees said to Jesus, "Get away from here if you want to live. Herod Antipas wants to kill you." Jesus replied, "Go tell that fox, I'll keep on casting out demons and healing people today and tomorrow, and the third day I will accomplish my purpose. Yes, today and tomorrow and the next day I must proceed on my way, for it wouldn't do for a prophet of God to be killed except in Jerusalem. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets and stones God's messengers. How often I've wanted to gather your children together as a hen protects her chicks beneath her wings, but you wouldn't let me. And now look, your house is abandoned and you'll never see me again until you say, 'Blessings on the one who comes in the name of the Lord.'" I'm Megan Larissa Good, and this has been Reading Jesus. Thanks so much for joining me for a few minutes in Luke, and I'll see you next time.